Hey guys, and welcome back to Mika Reacting Reviews. We're reacting reviews to things on the internet. Same day, same shirt, different video. And today we're going to be reacting to Joe Rogan. And he's going to be talking about the epic slap heard across the world from Will Smith as completely insulting and dehumanizing Chris Rock. Anyway, we're going to get right into it. But before you do, if you like these type of videos, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to get notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support this channel even further, you can donate. My PayPal link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe. And another great way to support this channel is either join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new merch shop, links down below, and links to all the alternative platforms, my socials, and ways to support me is always in the links down below. Other than that, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Alright, here we go.
Chris Rock said one of the most mild jokes ever. Apparently, I didn't know this. I found out after the fact that she didn't shave her head voluntarily. She shaved her head because she's suffering from alopecia.
Yeah, I didn't know this either.
I don't know if Chris knew this, but Chris says a joke around
G.I. Jane
2, looking forward to it, very mild, just laughed, and even said, come on, that was nice. And then Will Smith initially laughs.
Yes.
But it looked like Jada was upset. And so Will changes his tune, walks on stage, and smacks Chris Rock in the face at the Oscars. And then says, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth.
Yes, he does.
And then he goes, come on, man, that was a G.I. Jane joke. His lips were quivering. He was
like,
being
in this
emotionally fragile.
Probably.
And he acted on impulse.
Sure.
And I think it's a foolish impulse that you do when you know there's no consequences.
I
so
don't
you're
think,
hitting
but
a
here's
very
the thing.
small
I'm going to say
person.
that I don't know that he thinks that there's... now, in terms of hitting Chris, in terms of them and their physical differences and capability of combat, let's say, yes.
There's no consequences.
But I'm saying, but there's no consequences in getting out of your seat and striking somebody on national television.
Yeah, but I don't think he was thinking about that. I think he was acting impulsively.
Simply in terms of man to man and who's capable and what's capable. But if you hit anybody for any reason in public at this point, you have the very real fact of all of the powers of law that be, especially depending on who you are and what the public and the cathedral thinks of you, smashing you to death until you're penniless, bankrupt, and everyone hates you.
That's not going to happen here.
Probably not.
It's never going to happen. But there's no way Will Smith's going to become penniless from smacking Chris Rock. Was never.
You wouldn't think so. You wouldn't think so.
He's extremely wealthy. It's not going to happen. And not only that, Chris Rock instantly didn't press charges. He wouldn't press charges, and he just accepted it.
He could have.
Stopping it there. Okay, so a few things. Joe Rogan is completely right. First of all, yes, Jada Pinkett has alopecia. The world didn't know Jada Pinkett had alopecia, including Chris Rock, who came out and said he didn't know she had alopecia. And this is what happens to celebrities who's extremely disconnected from the rest of the world. They have this self-importance, like, we're all tuning in to Jada's Red Table Talk. Girl, we tuned out as soon as you've been spilling all of you and Will's business with your fucking entanglement and basically telling the world that you are living in a loveless, horrible marriage, but you're gonna stick together anyway. And then trying to make it sound like so like ultra spiritual. Like they're always trying to make it sound like they're so freaking deep, and it's like not that deep, really. You have an open marriage. Go on, live your life, who cares? And it's just also evident by Will Smith's super fucking cringe speech about how he was sent by God and blah, 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 like whatever. So no, not everybody knew she had alopecia. And let me say this, I know as best I can, because I don't have alopecia. I never know anybody with alopecia personally. I don't know that experience. So the best I can from what I've seen on YouTube and on documentaries and stuff like that, that alopecia can be a very, very difficult thing to go through, and I'm not taking away from that. But it's not like you're losing your life. It's not like it's terminal cancer or brain aneurysm. It's like the fact that people were trying to make it seem like, oh my God, how dare he talk about her? She lost her hair. It was alopecia. She didn't lose it because she had cancer or AIDS. I'm not taking away from the hardship of that, but you are filthy freaking rich and you can afford the best wigs on the freaking planet. So I'm sorry, that's first world problems for me. I know people are going to disagree with me, but the reaction to someone talking about her because she had alopecia, it was way overboard, right? And it was the most tame, rated PG dad joke that I've ever heard. And if Will Smith and Jada Pinkett didn't react to it, it would have literally been forgotten half a beat or half a second after it left Chris Rock's mouth. Now it's gonna go down in history, and everyone's gonna always remember it. So great job, Will Smith, for bringing attention to that. You know, you're really sticking up for your woman and being a man. And yes, Will Smith is extremely privileged. That is not a lot of people that can walk up to another man on national television in front of the world and bitch slap him and literally walk away feeling smug like you did something good. And not only that, not only not get arrested, not only not have charges pressed on you, not only not be removed from the venue, and not only get an award, but hugs and sympathy from your celebrity friends while no one gave a flying fuck about Chris's face. That's privilege. And I'm not saying Chris isn't privileged. Will Smith's privilege card is way bigger than Chris's Rock privilege card. Don't get me wrong, they're all rich as hell. But it's privilege, baby. Nothing happened was gonna happen to Will Smith. And it was funny how to watch celebrities at first in the beginning try to run to Will Smith's aid and try to make it seem like, no, this wasn't so bad. It was fine. We all love Will. Like, and then all of a sudden when he saw the rest of the public, the normie people say, yeah, no, that wasn't cool. Then they switched their tune. But yeah, anyway, let's continue.
At least he could have stood up, said something right on the spot.
But listen, no.
And not done anything about it, or
Chris
said
Rock's
it in the
doing
back.
his fucking job. You don't go and sit in the front row. You're a star at the Oscars. There's a professional comedian whose job is to roast people. That's what he's doing. And what he did was not even insulting.
It's not about...
It was a mild joke.
And I agree with you. Chris Rock's a comedian. The presenters at the Oscars are supposed to be entertainers, often crack jokes that either A, that they do themselves in Chris's perspective or from Chris's situation, or ones that are written for him. Chris is a comedian. I highly doubt that they don't know each other at this point, being in Hollywood for as long as they have. And in my opinion, if you really want to settle things, go do it personally. Speak to the person first. Give them an opportunity to apologize for things, especially if they didn't realize that what they were doing was
I hear all the
something-
things you're saying, but they're not applicable. That was not an insult. It was the most mild joke about her hairstyle
I fully
in
get
reference
it.
to a movie where a lady shaved her head.
I fully get it, but
Like
I'm
the
just
idea
simply
that there's
saying
any
if it,
justification whatsoever of him getting up there and
No.
smacking him in the
no,
face like
he didn't.
that.
He didn't need to go up there and smack him at all.
No.
One, you have to assume potentially that Chris had malicious intent in what he had to say.
Well, how do you have malicious intent in a mild joke?
Tell
There's
me
no
about
malicious,
it.
No,
I'm
it's
saying
nonsense.
I don't agree that he did.
I'm telling you, dude, this is all rational thinking about an irrational act.
It's an irrational act, but-
he was emotionally fragile and he acted on impulse in a staggeringly stupid way.
Assume people have malicious intent, especially in that position, I think is an erroneous way of approaching it. So I don't think
it had anything to do with that. I think what he was doing was
So you don't think
saving
Will-
face. Like the idea that you think it's smart while wearing a tuxedo to walk onto a stage in front of the world and smack a comedian for the most
Yes.
mild joke and then sit there quivering saying,
With
keep
anger,
my
yeah.
wife's name out of your fucking mouth. And everybody's just going to sit there in the shit that you just took on the table. You just pulled your pants down and took a shit on the dinner table, and they all have just sit there and look at that. That's what it's like.
Stopping it there. Okay, yes, he's completely right. I agree with him. I think Will Smith was just saving face because of all the shit they've been taking in the past, because of their open marriage or Jada's entanglement or whatever, sleeping with her son's best friend, and people calling him a simp or whatever, dumpster fire, like taking a crap all over the relationship. But they're the ones who put it out there. They're the ones who made it public and monetized off of it. So there you go. If you don't even have opinions about your relationship, don't put your relationship out there. Second, it's a G.I. Jane joke. And G.I. Jane is actually a well-respected, powerful female character in a movie. When G.I. Jane came out, people applauded that movie, people applauded that character, and people applauded, I forget her name, who acted in that role, because she shaved her own head in the movie. It was a powerful role. It wasn't one of these like simpy, progressive, like let's tear down men to make women look smart or whatever. It was like a really good role about a female soldier who shaved her head to be more respected amongst the men or whatever. It was a good movie. So the fact that she took that like as a dig, I mean, it was a joke, but like honestly, she could have completely flipped that and was like, G.I. Jane is a boss bitch. I will take that. Thank you very much. But instead, they had a fucking crybaby moment. Okay, sure. All right, let's get back into it.
Table. You just pulled your pants down and took a shit on the dinner table, and they all have just sit there and look at that. That's what it's like. It's just the whole idea behind it is completely irrational. But what I'm saying is like these people live in this fake world of, you know, you're protected by guards, you're driven by limos, you're on the red carpet, you know, like all of it is crazy life. And
I agree.
He's so goddamn famous and so removed from regular discourse and interaction with regular people. Here's what happened right afterwards. He won the Academy Award and then goes up and does a speech. The whole thing was so bizarre.
In this time in my life, in this moment, I am overwhelmed by what God is calling on me to do and be in this world. I'm being called on in my life to love people.
And it made me think, like, how many other human beings could be in a similar situation and pull that off?
Not
like,
many.
Like, if a man walked on stage and smacked a woman.
That would not fly.
Would not fly.
Not fly.
If a woman walked on stage and smacked another woman, I don't even think it would fly.
Probably not.
Probably not. It's like it was a rare instance where someone is so enormously famous and successful like Will Smith that they literally still allowed him to not just win the Academy Award, but also go up and accept it and give a speech after he assaulted a small comedian.
Yeah, they should have ejected him. They should have ejected him from the show.
100%. 100%. I agree with that. You can't just go smack a man in the face in front of the world and then go about business as usual. First of all, it sets a terrible precedent.
Yes.
In so many different ways. It sets a terrible precedent for comedy clubs.
Yes.
Like, are people going to decide that they're going to go on stage and smack the comedian now? To drop down to violence for something so innocuous as a G.I. Jane joke. I think what we're looking at also is the culmination of a long period of, like, emotional distress. Like, that family's been public about all their issues, and, you know, there's a conversation that they had to have, like, the two of them together about infidelity or about open relationships, and they were openly mocked because of that. But I think there's a certain defensiveness that comes along with that.
Well, then you know what?
When you've been out in the public getting mocked, like,
sit in it then. Sit in it then, because the public is mocking you for the thing that you brought to them.
Yeah, listen, I'm in agreement with you. 100%.
So for me, I'm like, look, if you're adding stress into your life by publicizing and externalizing everything, which again says something more about the state of things. Like, why are you externalizing this shit?
Right.
Yes.
Like, this is a nonsense
You're
scene
right.
where you're allowed to just go smack someone.
You're right.
All right, that was it, guys. So yeah, what happened was Chris Rock made a stupid dad joke that probably went over Will's head anyway. You know what I mean? And he laughed at his politeness, saw his wife's face, and thought, oh shit, I need to stick up for her. It's not Jada's fault. A lot of people are like pointing to Jada as like, oh, she's really the evil villain behind all of this. Will Smith is a grown-ass man. He makes his own grown-ass man decisions, okay? And he decided to go up there and act like a little beta, because that was not alpha move whatsoever. He acted emotional and irrationally. That was not alpha. I would have to say that I do feel bad for men who decide to want to live in an alternative relationship and get shat on so much by other men, because that's just not how they would want relationships to be done, and that's not how they would move, because there's this sort of thing, this sort of masculinity thing about men letting other men be with their wives and stuff like that. There is a large portion of people who live in alternative relationships in secret because of this reason. They don't want to get shat on. I don't necessarily think that's fair just because you don't get it. Just because something like that would harm your masculinity doesn't mean it's the same for everybody else. I mean, if Will Smith is going to act like a little bitch about it, then of course it looks like it is hurting him. But for the most part, like, not everybody wants to live monogamously. Not everybody wants to live in that type of relationship. It doesn't work for everybody. So I wish we could sort of live in an existent world or society where people can live with however relationship they want to live in without being emasculated by all the so-called alpha males around them. I wish that was a thing. Unfortunately, it's not. We're not there yet, and you really shouldn't be putting your relationship on blast for everyone to see. And if you do, you gotta take the repercussions that come with it. It's the freaking internet. Of course, we can have a little bit of humanity and have empathy for people and not go in too far and realize people are human. But you should not have taken all of that out on Chris Rock's face. Just saying. Anyway, guys, that's it. Tell me, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to get notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. If you want to support the channel further, you can donate. My PayPal and Cash App link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course, it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, subscribe. I also have a second travel vlog channel. I travel as a lifestyle or I live abroad. If you'd like to know where I am in the world, you can go to the description box below and also in the comment section. Hit the link, go subscribe to the travel vlog channel and or follow me on my travel Instagram. My stories is usually what's most up to date. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye.